Running a Fever, episode 415, Devil's Den Trail, Devil's Den State Park in Arkansas. Welcome to Running a Fever. My name is Michael Davis. This is a show about fitness, diet, and medicine. My goal is to live a long, healthy, happy, active life right up to the very end. And I'll do it by loving my life enough to make it last as long as possible. First time I've been back to Devil's Den in a while. State Park is probably one of the closest, if not the closest, to where I live. Here with my friend Robert, who's lived here all his life. So I feel comfortable that he'll guide me through this, okay? It's an interesting name, Devil's Den. So I looked up some information and found out that the first half of the 19th century, this area was used by outlaws on the Butterfield Stage Trail, Butterfield Stagecoach route, for outlaws to hide in these caves. There's a bunch of caves and good hiding places up here. That went on until Civil War, and then you had Confederate guerrillas hiding up in here and doing their various attacks on Union soldiers and other targets. All right, what are we doing? We going up or going down?
I think we go up. Pretty sure it's a loop, but I think we want to go up.
There's a little caution sign.
I didn't actually look at them.
Then, in 1933, the Civilian Conservation Corps, which was, part of the whole Depression, programs like the WPA and so forth. Civilian Conservation Corps was set up to employ people, and part of that was building Arkansas state parks, building the facilities, the trails. These were built by workers back in the 1930s. Wow. There's so many splits off of this thing. It seems like it'd get easily lost.
So the left, I believe, is actually a detour that comes right back.
Oh, okay. Good thing I've got a tour guide along.
We came here a lot as kids. This is just an interesting rock formation on the left.
Oh,
where
okay.
the rock is exposed on the ridge.
It's because of the CCC architecture that the site was declared a National Historic Site, and I believe that happened in 1994. And here we are in 2025, and already my right foot's starting to hurt.
Maybe we shouldn't have started with the rock climbing.
I've been having trouble. Been having trouble with that right foot. Yeah. And I forgot. What's that?
An overlook of the river.
I did not bring the video camera today, so I'm taking still shots along the way. Wow, this is pretty steep up here. What river is this?
Devil's Den River? I don't know. I don't know.
Don't know. It's a river or a creek or something.
I think technically it's a river since it never is dry. Creeks dry during droughts.
I don't know. It looks pretty shallow.
True.
Can't tell though.
Definitely someone could hide out in here.
Yeah. Usually just put your bedroll down there and be able to see anybody coming. I think I'll stay up here. Diet department. The last episode I told you I was in Davidsonville and decided to go to a restaurant called Renee's. Well, I did find Renee's. It's in Black Rock, Arkansas. It's pretty good. A lot of character in the place. People all knew each other, etc. Nice service from the waitresses. And I had a specialty there called the Sir Charles. The Sir Charles is a bacon double cheeseburger with a slice of fried bologna. And these weren't like really thin burger patties either. They were thick like your mom used to make. And they had a steak knife shoved through the sandwich to keep it together. And I actually was able to take 2 bites of it with my hands before I had to start eating it with a fork, because it just fell apart. But it was delicious. And then I had a slice of pecan pie with ice cream. Warmed up pie with ice cream on it. It was delicious. So, if you ever decide to head out to Davidsonville or anywhere near Black Rock, Arkansas, I highly recommend Renee's Cafe. It just says cafe in big letters on the outside. And the Renee's sign is in the door. So, and I believe it's on Highway 166. Now, this must have taken some work for those CCC guys to build this. Got some nice staircase-like structure here. Pretty typical in this part of the trail, other than the nice flat straight trail here with some stones, flat stones in it. Surrounded by trees, of course. All right, we're going to the Devil's Den Cave, which I believe is closed for years now due to the white noise syndrome, which I think is some kind of respiratory infection.
Do people get it too, or is it for the bats?
No, I think it's people. Big sort of rock face. Looking at
Another little overlook.
some big felled trees around here.
Not as big as I thought.
We earned our way up here. We might as well stop and enjoy it.
I always imagine it being farther from our house, but it's really not far.
No, it's probably about an hour's drive from Springdale.
Probably not even 45 minutes for me.
Yeah.
And there was no traffic this morning. I left it before 8:30 and I got there at like 8:35.
Yeah. Yeah, traffic was pretty decent today. nice. Of course, these days sometimes I think about retiring, you know. And how nice it would be to be able to do stuff like this during the week, or go to the grocery store at 10 o'clock in the morning when nobody's there. Stuff like that.
Yep.
But I'm not retired. Kind of real interested to hear it. Last time we talked to Tom, he talked about a potential radio job for me at some point in the future. That would be nice.
Manning the station.
Manning the station, producing podcasts.
Semi-retired. I assume it would not be a salaried position.
Oh, I think the indication was that it would be.
Oh.
You have to have somebody there, I think, 8 restoration area.
I think that means please don't walk
I
here.
think we don't want to go there anyway. I don't know if I'd want to go there, even if it wasn't being restored. Yeah, I think they have to have somebody there during the working day, so wouldn't be a lot of money, but
Is that a law? Or maybe that's not.
it's an FCC regulation.
So you don't have an automated radio station?
Well, you can, if it's a certain size. I guess somebody has to be there in case they decide to do a snap inspection or something.
Oh. Do they still do emergency broadcasts over all radio channels or anything like that? Or what's
Yeah.
that a thing?
No, they do that. It's all digital now.
Do they just take over, or does someone have to flip a switch somewhere?
They just take over. This is pretty steep.
This is quite steep. Hard on your foot, or just?
Yeah. Hard on my whole body.
Yeah.
I just don't get enough exercise these days.
I'm starting to breathe a little bit.
That's interesting.
Interesting. There's a.
A little structure up there.
Yeah.
I guess we're going this way.
Yeah. Looks like the natural resting point is up to the left if I wanted to sit down. Oh, this is Devil's Den.
Devil's Den Cavern.
Yeah. That's where there's a platform. You would never know looking at it from downhill.
Well, it's a good hiding place for outlaws. There's a plaque over there on the left.
Mark. How y'all doing today?
Howdy.
How are you?
Oh, we're making it, I guess.
Yeah.
Welcome up the steep way.
Yes, it is.
At least going back is going downhill for y'all.
Hey, this is the cool tower. Dude,
Yeah.
there's a big opening all the way over there you can go in.
So I don't remember which two entrances it is, but at least when I was a kid, people would let toddlers climb through because the opening is only large enough for a small child.
That doesn't sound like a good idea.
It does not sound like a good idea. But an adult goes in one side with the kid, and then the adult has to stop, and the kid keeps going, and then the adult goes to the other side and waits for him to come back out.
No, that's a bad idea.
Yeah. I don't think I would let any of my children do that. Or any
No,
child for that matter.
Definitely not. I mean, you never tell what a kid's going to do. They may just stop and start crying, and
Mm-hmm.
how are you going to get them out?
You would not. In total darkness.
In total darkness. There's bugs. Probably should have used some of your bug off.
Excuse us.
Howdy.
Ooh. Yeah, the look like they're more serious than we are.
Yeah. I'm ready whenever you are. I'm going to get a picture of this little plaque over here. Oh, it just says trail, doesn't it?
Yeah. Trail.
Trail. Well, since I'm taking pictures, I'll just take a picture anyway. Trail. So did you crawl through the cave when you were a toddler?
Definitely not. What I want to know, maybe that's plastic.
It's got a rebar in it,
Yeah.
whatever it is. Designed to keep this trail from falling down.
Yeah, I think so.
It's kind of a steep hill there. There's another overlook. Oh, it's got some color in there. The tree in front of my house is starting to bloom now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you remember what kind it is?
it's Oklahoma something. That's all I remember.
I'll have to take a picture and show you. Our eastern red buds are starting to bloom out, and Brittany's roses are starting to leaf out.
Yeah, I don't have anything like that.
Do I know?
I don't have anything like that.
Good.
Nah. So where we go now, up or down?
Trails marked red that way, so that way.
Yeah, it kind of stops, or does it?
Bridge is this way. Bridge that is this way.
You usually get lost in here, that's for sure.
Yeah, you could put a whole lot of treasure down there.
Yeah. Or ammunition.
Or ammunition.
You know, they have reenactments at Prairie Grove, right?
Yeah.
They could have reenactments here
Skirmishes.
of the guerrilla
Yeah.
Confederates.
That's. Yeah.
We're supposed to go down here?
Yeah.
No, that's
I think the best way is just down, left.
they're
bottom,
kind of
right.
like steps here. Steep steps.
Yeah, steps with rounded tops.
Yeah. Devil's Ice Box.
It may. I feel like there's a bigger opening somewhere else too, but it is definitely cool.
Oh, it's really cold in there now. It's cool right here. Take a picture if there's something interesting. This is definitely an interesting formation here. Does it just keep on going down?
It goes down. Not really. It goes right back up here, and then this goes down, and then there's another opening farther out.
Okay.
And it's actually. Oh, I didn't see this.
Graffiti?
No. There's a barricade. I guess to keep people from climbing back in here. But I don't really know why.
It's probably white noise syndrome. Bad news for spelunkers.
I'm guessing more spelunkers. So get used to it quickly, because now it feels a lot warm. Quite warm up here.
Yeah. Felt good after climbing all the way up here.
I think it goes.
And that's where people would let their toddlers crawl through, huh?
Yeah. Yep. Oh.
with something, with a boat hook or something.
Yeah.
The Devil's Icebox. Because it comes from below, which theoretically is how we visualize hell, the domain of the devil. You see Satan down there?
No. Not even any snakes.
I can hear the river.
It is in keeping with the Divine Comedy, though.
Yeah?
Actually colder in the center of hell.
Interesting. Since it's called the Inferno.
Yeah.
And you can just come out on the other side.
But yeah, the metaphor goes both ways. The God is the sun, the warmth of his love, the brightness of his light. And then the farther you get into hell, the darker and colder it gets.
Yeah, it is. I think you can use both types of metaphors.
Yeah.
I hope heaven is air conditioned, but you know. Howdy.
Good. I read the first book of Out of the Silent Planet, or maybe the Out of the Silent Planet is the first book, and it's the name of the trilogy is something different. But C.S. Lewis uses. Do you know the book?
No.
Abducted and taken aboard a.
Wow.
human spacecraft.
That is cold right there. Oh, it's wet. I don't know why.
Huh.
Moss or something. I'm sorry, man.
A scientist and his accomplice have built a spaceship that they want to keep secret. And they abduct a man who happens along their plot. And they launch into space, and the heavens are luminous.
Not like they look from down here.
Not at all.
Yeah, you gotta climb.
Oh, yeah. Is that the kind of barricade you saw?
Yeah, that one's much bigger, but yeah. When I said that was what I think of, this is what I think of
Ah,
growing up.
yeah, this looks more definitively, because you can walk right in.
Yeah. And I don't remember the T-Rex barricade.
Oh, that's steel, isn't it? No, it's wood.
No, it's metal.
Is it?
It's definitely metal.
Wow.
It's angle iron.
That is a serious barricade right there. Nice and cool, too. They went in there and came out above.
Yeah, well, that means I have to do that too. I'll be right back.
Okay. Nice and cool. And there is some remnants of graffiti here. I won't bother taking a picture of that, but it's been rubbed out enough that you can't really see what was written there. Amazing.
Salute. So yeah, they abduct that man and take him into space, and with full exposure to the solar radiation, he experiences euphoria and weightlessness.
Uh-huh.
He describes the weightlessness as euphoric. He kind of basks in the glory of the heavenly light and heat. Very, very different than what astronauts have experienced.
I think this probably just goes around there, right?
Yes, but that is the trail. To the right is the trail. It's probably well better developed. I think I saw an astronaut who had been in space for the last 9 months.
Yeah, so this point in time, which is late March of 2025, there were some astronauts that went up on a test flight of a Boeing Starliner, and the Starliner broke while they were at the International Space Station. They were supposed to be there for 8 days, wound up being there for 9 months.
Yeah. And they're severely debilitated, at least
It's,
according to the news.
I mean, some people stay up there for longer. I know there's people who stay up there for more than a year, but still, being weightless for that long and then coming back to Earth's gravity, it's got to be tough on the body.
Yeah.
I think those 2 astronauts had been in space 3 times. On the space shuttle, and then on the Soyuz capsule, which is a Russian vehicle, and now on the SpaceX Dragon, which is how they got home. I saw the splashdown and everything. It's pretty cool.
Oh,
It's
I
like
didn't see
anything.
the splashdown.
Anything space related, they took them out, helped them out of the capsule and put them on stretchers and took them back for medical exams, and then they were on their way back to Houston for debriefing. It was all at the
Kennedy Center?
yeah, Kennedy Space Center.
They do a lot of intensive tests, but they published some of the results from one of the astronauts who went up maybe 15 years ago now. She's, top of her class, physically fit,
Yeah,
highly intelligent. They subjected her to a battery of tests before she went up, and then they did the same test. I'm going to make up numbers, but like 2 years later, after she'd been in space for months, and she performed lower on virtually every test.
yeah,
They were, especially the mental acuity and intelligence test, she scored
Yeah.
lower.
Robert is a nurse, so he speaks from a bit of his expertise as well.
But they did try to explain some of it away, insofar as by that point she had already reached the peak of her career and was under much less pressure to perform.
Yeah, well, still, someone works in space has got to be devoted to science and want to do it the right way.
Yeah. And apparently be willing to suffer the consequences.
Yeah. It's dangerous and it's difficult. Thanks. We're in some kind of ditch now. I also read that this is the largest sandstone crevice area
In Arkansas or in the United States?
in the United States, possibly the world. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what that means.
It means it's not a true cave.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh. I believe. It's not formed, a crevice is not formed by water movement.
Oh,
or
okay.
erosion.
Formed by seismic activity?
Uh-huh. That's why there are no stalactites or stalagmites or
Ah, okay.
any of those things.
Wow. That's a big old rock. And another big one right beside it. It's a nice views here. You can see this is the Boston Mountains, which I found out are the southwest range of the Ozark Mountains. And we're about halfway up, looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not, but we're closer to the top than we were down there for sure.
That's one way to do it.
The trouble I'm trying to stay away from today. My foot's doing okay, but I definitely can tell it's being stressed. And I don't know what that is, man. Maybe you know. It just every now and then it comes up. It hurts the right in there. And this, sometimes I don't feel it at all. Sometimes it's pretty painful. Tweaked it pretty good recently. Another view of that big rock. All around here you can still hear the river. You can see it. Okay, that's,
South of San Antonio.
yeah,
My cousin's family, our cousin's husband's family has a peanut and watermelon farm.
uh-huh,
Mom sent a picture. It is flat as the eye can see.
yeah,
On the whole,
yeah. Skies are big in Texas, just like everything else.
only thing breaking the horizon is the irrigation system
Yeah. Those big.
in their house.
Plenty of steps here. Thank you very much, Civilian Conservation Corps, for building these trails. I'm sure there's nobody left. You'd have to be 110, more than 110 years old probably, if you worked here as a 20-year-old. Hey, there's a picnic table down there. Yeah, there's a bridge. There's even some masonry here, some cement, it looks like. It kind of does, yeah. It's a little muddy. There's water falling down here on the trail. Some of that colorful blooms coming in, purple. You know what kind of trees those are?
No idea.
What goes up must come down.
That's it.
Gravity.
Unmanned space thing
Uh-huh.
is now officially outside the solar system.
Voyager?
And the definition of outside the solar system is it's no longer affected by the sun's gravity in any way.
Oh, really?
I believe Brittany said it was not launched in 1971.
I think that's Voyager, but I think there were two. Might have been Voyager 1, Voyager 2. One of them, I think one of them might have been sent to orbit Jupiter or something. But the other one was just supposed to go and keep on going.
Yeah, and we're still receiving.
That's the amazing thing, because how many years does it take for a light speed transmission to get all the way back to Earth?
It's actually not as long as you think.
Really?
The edge of the solar system is not that far in
Light years
light years.
or light minutes?
Well, that's probably not right, because I think it's 8 light minutes from here to the sun. So probably more than 18 minutes for Voyager, but not vast amounts of time.
Not years.
Not years.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I think the nearest star is supposed to be 3 light years away or something.
Over.
Howdy.
And then they launched launched another one in the 90s. It's not far behind it. The second one is much faster.
Yeah. With the turbo in it.
I guess so. That's part of the plot of Ender's Game. Have you read that book?
I've read the series, yeah.
The ships that are attacking the enemy home planet or the alien home planet were launched before the protagonist was even born.
That makes sense. Back down on planet Earth.
Yeah.
Does that stream go underground from the waterfall?
I don't think so, but I didn't follow it.
I didn't either. Got to stop every now and then when you're hiking, because otherwise you got to be pretty much eyes on the ground. That's why I got to be careful. Twisted my ankle a couple times here. Brought the very old, these are gotta be like 7-year-old boots I'm wearing. There's a little stream coming from underground.
Yeah.
Headed for the river, no doubt. Going back underground or under a rock. Have to go up again?
A little bit.
What'd you say?
That rock moved a little bit.
Oh, didn't notice. Yeah, okay, now I remember. These were the ones we saw on the way up. It looks like the ground upheaval here was very violent at some point. The way the rocks are all angled and stuff.
Like broken glass.
Yeah,
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just kind of wondering.
yeah, it's all right.
All
Yeah.
I've seen so far are squirrels.
Yeah, I mean, that time of year when things should be jumping around. Low today was in the high 50s, I think.
It was 61 when I left my house.
Yeah. There's actually a lot more people here than I expected.
Campers?
Just people,
Oh, yeah.
but I guess they're spring breakers. Spring breakers that aren't going on vacation somewhere else.
Like us.
Yep. Or it could be that maybe somebody came to Arkansas for their spring break.
I saw Virginia at Walmart, but that doesn't mean they're here for spring break necessarily.
I saw Michigan on the way here, but it looked like a business van of some kind. Yeah. Yeah, there was that one place, I don't know what town it was in, but where you could see the full eclipse.
Russellville?
Is it Russellville?
Or near Russellville?
Mount Nebo is close to there.
Say it again.
Mount Nebo is close to there.
Oh, yeah.
And Dardanelle, Lake Dardanelle, Dardanelle State Park, which I've never been to. I've been to Nebo several times. I don't remember this.
Do?
I don't.
The debris fencing?
Yeah. Is that what that is, to keep rocks from coming down into the river or whatever? Orange fencing.
Maybe not, because it doesn't actually block the trail.
Yeah, it's open at either end. I mean,
Structure.
yeah, that's man-made for sure. The cement and everything. A lot of moss. Supposedly it only grows on the...
There's the lizard.
Oh yeah, I see him. Before he scurries away. I don't know, these CCC guys did a lot of hard work, because I doubt if there was much mechanization back then.
Not way out here,
Yeah,
at the bottom of a valley.
you're lucky you get a mule to help you out. Nice breeze. Found some dumb ones.
No, I just had to adjust. It's like once you see one, it's like, oh, okay, there's 20. 3 inches long?
Oh, I see them, yeah.
Oh, and then there's a whole bunch of swellings moving with the current. So yeah, there's a lot of fish down there.
Yeah. They're well camouflaged.
Yes.
My mother's always looking for hawks.
Yeah?
As he said, there's not many around here, but I think there would be here with some some good fishing.
She just likes hawks. Or,
Yeah, for some reason. I
yeah,
don't know.
no, they're pretty.
Oh, you see them turning over and reflecting
Mm-hmm.
the sun there. That's interesting.
Oh yeah.
I guess if you're a fish, you just hunt for food all day.
I don't see anybody fishing there.
Is it allowed?
I don't know.
Should be allowed.
I don't see any fish in there.
I know at Hobbs is the largest state park. They have fishing, hunting, can do anything there. Yeah, maybe too shallow in this area.
When was the last time you went fishing?
I don't know, probably when I was single digit age.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So here's your choices.
Highway Bridge, Visitor Center. Let's head back.
Okay.
I need to get in better shape. Do some more walking. A mile and a half moderate difficulty trail is enough to almost wear me out.
My legs are a little tired.
Yeah,
I don't usually do like this.
yeah. It's a lot of steps up and down. It looked like a temporary sign they had. That
The
pointed-
laminated one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know that at Hobbs they told me that the tornado that came through a couple years ago
Oh, yeah.
really damaged a lot of the trails there, and
Oh.
so this may be part of tornado damage. I don't know.
You're right.
Oh, those are tall steps.
You're pretty much back. This is the original Y.
Okay. Well, folks, that's all the news here from Devil's Den State Park. We did a whole new trail here. Got a good workout. Well, remember, if you got the fever, keep it burning. If you don't catch the fever, and I will see you next time on Running a Fever.
We can do the 15-mile one next time.
I would definitely have to camp on that one.